Hello people, this is Bbnaija reunion recap of what happened on day 4, and I'm your girl L to the I to the N to the DA leader. Okay, so straight to business, but first off you need to subscribe to my channel. If you're a regular here, thank you so much for tuning in, but if you're new here, please you've got to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a video when I drop it. So day 4 started with the housemates being asked how their diary session was. Like, it was time for them to talk about the diary session and Omashola's diary session. Yes, I got the name right this time, Omashola. I've always been calling it Omoshola. So Omashola's diary session was in focus. We got to, talk about how he vents during his diary sessions. Omashola says that he feels Biggie is neutral, so he feels free when he's talking to him. Like, Biggie is like the god, of the house, and he feels so secure, so safe talking to him. Jackye was asked how she feels about using the diary session, people that actually use the diary session. She responded that she felt Khafi and Omashola use the diary session so well. And I'm like, how do you know? Like, are you Biggie? How come you know so much? Why she thinks Omashola and Khafi use the diary session more was because Omashola would go and express himself, while the other party, hey God, and Venita helped her, the other parrot, no, they're calling Khafi a parrot. Okay, while Khafi uses the diary session to smear and spite the other housemate. This is Jackye talking, okay? She's expressing how she feels Khafi uses the diary session, or used the diary session. Okay, I like what Ebuka responded. Ebuka was like, of course, that's the essence of the diary session. You go there to express yourself, express what you can express to other housemates, vent your anger literally, okay? But Jackye went on, was like, yeah, it's true, but instead of her telling you, instead of Khafi telling you that you offended her in your presence or get you guys talk about it, she would just go behind you in the diary session and just talk to Biggie about it. Like, Khafi literally always had someone's name in her mouth. That's what Jackye is trying to explain. Okay, so Ebuka went over to Venita. Okay, babe, why did you call Khafi a parrot? Hey, he didn't put it that way though, but literally. So Venita was like, okay, she said that because Khafi talked too much and she feels like it was her insecurity that made her smear other people's image. Okay, and Seyi shared the same opinion though. So I started to feel at this moment, at this housemate jealous. Like, we have 101,000 things in this world to think about, and you still have time to be jealous about somebody. I'm like, really? Babes, guys, get a life. Okay, so they were now asked how they feel about Biggie, okay? The voice in the house, Biggie, big brother. And Kim said that she has a very big grudge against Biggie. She felt like Biggie was biased to her, that actually Kim Opera had just 2 diary sessions, and she felt like she was rushed, that Biggie didn't make her feel comfortable. In fact, I just feel that Kim Opera feels entitled. Babe, this is Bbnaija house. You cannot feel entitled. If you feel entitled, what do you want other people to feel? Unentitled? Now, if everybody feels entitled, then what's the big deal? What's the need of the game and all of that? Okay, moving on. Jackye felt like Khafi and Omashola watched the show before they entered the house. She felt like these guys sat down, watched this show and all of that. But Ebuka wasted no time in correcting her that, hey, no, this is a game, and that is actually what the diary session should be used for, to say and express yourself. I feel maybe Jackie's upbringing or background, her reserved nature, did not allow her to talk more in the diary session. I am not in the house, but you can imagine how I'm talking. And if I should enter the house and have time with the diary room, have my time in diary room, you can imagine what I'm gonna say, right? Because it's my nature, right? So I believe it was Omashola and Khafi's nature to talk and express themselves, and Jackye should not blame anybody for not being expressive, because we are not even blaming her, because it's not in her nature to talk. You get my point, right? Okay, moving on. Frood corrected and added that the diary session is a personality thing. Biggie prepares, he said that Biggie prepares everybody ahead of time by giving them a diary task, and anyone that did not do the diary task shouldn't blame Biggie for not being so expressive in the diary room. That was Frood saying this. Frood was the one adding this comment, and I really dove my cap off for Frood. He actually, shed more light in the whole diary room thingy. Okay, so Mercy and Ike Atacha at this point left the studio and joined virtually. Okay, so Mercy and Khafi were exposed, okay, because these two had big crush on Biggie's voice. Like, Biggie's voice, according to Mercy, turned her on. She blushed, and Khafi feels calm by Biggie's voice. Even Cindy loves Biggie's voice so much. And Mercy added that if her boyfriend's voice was this good, was as good as Biggie's. Okay, moving on, guys. I wouldn't even talk so much. I wouldn't even dwell so much on that one. So they were asked who they felt vented more. Like, who did they think vented so much? Diane says she vented a lot about Omashola. And I don't really blame her, okay? Like I said yesterday, Omashola had this thing, just watch my yesterday's video so you get to know what I talked about Omashola. So Tacha was asked about her ideas of diary room. She answered that, okay, that diary room was a time for her to actually reflect on the day's activities, the tasks of the day, talk about how her day went and all of that. Okay, Ebuka asked Frood who he vented so much about. He was like, he vented most about Seyi, Mike and Jeff. According to Frood, Seyi mocked him so much. Seyi mocked him so much because he feels that Frood was sentimental. And one of those times was when Seyi mocked him for crying. Okay, Frood cried because apparently Frood was up for eviction, okay, and he was saved. Like, he wasn't eventually evicted, and he was just crying, maybe tears of relief, tears of joy, or any other thing it could be. And Seyi was just, mocking him and all of that, okay. And Frood added that that was a time that his mother just got out of theater and all of that. And he didn't really like the fact that Seyi was mocking him. That if the reverse was to be the case, like if Seyi was up for eviction and at the end of the day he wasn't evicted, that Frood would be congratulating him and not mocking him. And so he didn't like it when Seyi was actually mocking him. Like, he felt so bad. And he added that Seyi's mom actually apologized on behalf of Seyi, and Seyi was, hey, I take responsibility for my action. And Seyi was all adamant and all of that, and I didn't really understand why Seyi would be that way. And Seyi has this mannerism of looking at you one kind, like he would just, there's a way he looks at you and his eye will just come out, like his eye will pop out, and that kind of eye. When Frood was talking, he was like opening his eye like that. He also opened his eye like that yesterday when Tacha was talking and Tacha and Kim was having their opera. I don't really know why he looks that way, but I know that is his mannerism. But I do really like the fact that Seyi was just being adamant. And Mike had to cut them because it seems like they were beginning to have this rift and it was beginning to get intense, and he wouldn't want anybody, getting close to anybody, being physical and all of that. So anyway, that was how today's episode ended, and it ended with this quote from Ebuka. Ebuka said, "Love all, trust a few, do wrong to no one." So on that note, guys, today is the end of Bbnaija reunion for this week. There won't be anyone until Monday next week, so keep a day with me next week when I will be giving you a recap of what happened. And you have to subscribe to my channel because I have interesting content for you that will blow your mind off if you're a dancer. If you're a lifestyle, if you're into news and all of that, like, I've got everything for you, so you have to subscribe already. Thanks for watching.